Imagine waking up each morning already knowing which trade will soar and which will crash. No predictions, no risk, just flawless certainty because you've already lived the day before. What if someone built a system to exploit this time loop, turning yesterday's knowledge into today's unstoppable fortune? And what if that power fell into the wrong hands? Maya sat on the edge of her thin mattress, the city's hum muffled by the thick curtains. She was 32, had a dented bicycle, and a small loan that never seemed to stop growing. The light in the kitchen flickered over the stack of unpaid bills. Another night, she whispered, pushing back the blanket, because that was how she usually began a day that was anything but ordinary. On the corner of a faded flyer, she found a headline that made her heart beat faster: Robo-Fund Mirage, predictive portfolio rebalancing that sees the future. The ad promised that the platform could make the market move in your favor, month after month. It sounded like the kind of magic that could turn her bills into a tidy savings account. Maya had seen too many stories of people who lost everything, and too few of those who found the secret. She remembered the old man at the corner cafe who once told her, "If you can see a map where others only see a road, you'll find your own way." That thought tugged at her as she typed the name of the platform into her phone. A sleek interface glimmered on the screen with graphs that moved like the tides. She signed up without even reading the fine print, trusting her gut. The next morning a notification popped up. Your portfolio is now balanced for a 97% chance of profit. She stared at the words until they blurred. The first month was magic. The stocks she hadn't touched rose, and the tiny gains she had always thought were mere luck began to stack up. She could buy a new pair of shoes, pay a fraction of the loan, and still have a buffer. The platform sent her an email. "We see that the upcoming quarter will be favorable for your portfolio. Keep investing to maximize returns." She laughed at the email, thinking it was an over-optimistic marketing message. When the quarter ended, she checked her account and found her balance had doubled. Her breath caught. She started calling her friend Jace. "I can't believe this," she whispered into the phone, her voice trembling with excitement. "Do you think this is real?" Jace laughed, a little skeptical. "Maybe it's just a lucky streak." But Maya had seen the numbers. She saw that every prediction she received was right. The market behaved like a puppet that followed the platform's commands. She didn't feel it was a trick. The future was coming to her as a gift. The next day, a new client named Finn logged into the same platform from a different city. He was a software engineer who had quit his job to start a small app company. He was skeptical too, but after his first trade, his eyes widened. "This feels like a cheat sheet," he told Maya when she connected with him over a video call. Finn said the platform's recommendations felt almost psychic. Maya felt the thrill that came with discovering something new, a secret that might change her life. In the next few weeks, Maya and Finn both tested the platform. They watched how their portfolios performed, the graphs, the numbers. Each month, the predictions were correct. The platform seemed to be reading something beyond the normal market data. Maya felt a surge of responsibility and awe. She wondered what the algorithm was doing behind the curtains. She began to research obscure forums and online communities that discussed time-based trading and future data. In one of those threads, she found a profile that had posted a short essay. The writer claimed that the algorithm used data from a future blockchain ledger that never existed. He suggested it was a paradox. The ledger was built on a future timeline, but it existed in a way that the algorithm could pull data from. The claim sounded absurd, yet it matched the uncanny accuracy of the platform. The next time the platform sent a prediction, Maya noticed something different. The data included a block of numbers that looked like a hash, but it didn't match any public blockchain. She took the numbers to Finn, who ran them through his own code. The hash matched a ledger from a year in the future that didn't exist in their present. Finn was stunned, but he had the curiosity to dive deeper. They decided to keep the algorithm secret, hidden at first, fearing what might happen if the world discovered that a platform could read future data. They began to experiment. The algorithm began recommending trades that seemed impossible at first glance. It told him to buy a particular tech stock that had no market news, and yet its price skyrocketed in the following days. They made more money, but they also felt a growing unease. They saw the market moving in ways that made sense to them, but it didn't feel right to the rest of the world. It began to feel as if they were part of something too large. something that could tilt the balance of the entire economy. Maya began to notice a change in the people around her. Her neighbor, Mrs. Lila, lost her job in the grocery store because the automated supply chain system she used had been affected by the algorithm's influence. The small business owner next door was closing his shop because his competitors had leveraged the platform. People's livelihoods were shifting as a result of invisible algorithms that could predict the future. The world was changing faster than the old systems could adapt to. Maya felt a pang of guilt. She was the one who had stumbled upon this knowledge, but she had also become an instrument of change. She started to feel the pressure of a responsibility she had never imagined. The platform seemed to be a mirror reflecting the society's hunger for instant wealth. The moral line was blurred. It had to be decided whether to keep the algorithm hidden or to expose the secret. She thought about the people who had lost jobs, about the small businesses that were closing, about the children who had no opportunity to learn because their parents were consumed by the platform's promises. Around the same time, an email landed in Maya's inbox from a rival firm, Vertex Capital. Vertex was a high-profile hedge fund that had always chased the next big idea. Their message was short: we would like to discuss partnership opportunities. Vertex was obviously aware of the platform's potential and wanted to replicate the technology for their own gains. Maya felt a chill. Vertex was no friend. Their ambition was to control the algorithm and dominate the market. She turned to Finn and they had a long conversation. "What do we do?" Finn asked. "If Vertex takes over, what will happen?" Maya thought about the consequences. If the algorithm was in the wrong hands, it could ruin the market, create extreme inequality, and create a system that could be used to manipulate economies worldwide. On the other hand, if she leaked the secret, she could expose the algorithm's flaw and bring a new era of transparency. She thought about her own small apartment, her bills, and the weight of what she was about to decide. The climax of the story came when Maya and Finn decided to act. They went to Vertex's office. The room smelled of coffee and expensive coffee, the walls lined with high-tech monitors. Vertex's CEO, a charismatic but cold man, welcomed them. He said, "We know the potential here. We need to talk about licensing the algorithm." Maya and Finn looked at each other, knowing that the decision they were about to make would change the world. Maya took a breath, feeling the weight of her choice. She had to decide whether to keep the secret or reveal the algorithm's secret to the world. She realized that if she kept the secret, she could continue to benefit. But the world could collapse under the weight of this technology if it was controlled by one firm. If she revealed the secret, people could learn how the algorithm works. The algorithm would be a tool that could be used for good or evil. She decided to do the dangerous thing. She said, "I can't let this technology fall into the wrong hands. We have to expose it." The platform's algorithm was taken down. The data from the future ledger was revealed to the public as a paradox. People debated. Some called it a hoax. Others praised Maya for exposing the truth. The world's markets were shaken. Some companies closed, some people lost wealth, some people gained a new understanding of how markets could be manipulated. Maya saw the people's reactions. People began to see that wealth was not just about numbers. It was about responsibility, about society's needs. She felt that she had become a catalyst for a new way of thinking about money. She knew that the algorithm was no longer hidden. The future had already been seen by the world. The moral of the story, she realized, was not about what could be done for personal gain, but about the responsibility we carry when we hold such power. In the end, Maya sat on a thin mattress again, this time with a new hope. She saw the city's lights, not as a threat but as a reminder that even a single person could change the world. The question lingered. Was the algorithm meant to liberate or to enslave? The world had seen its power, and the future would now be decided by people's choices. The lesson was clear. With great power comes great responsibility. Maya closed her eyes, the cities hum around her, and wondered about the next day.
Found this interesting? Subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like, share it out, and drop your questions or ideas in the comments. Until our next adventure.